Hey guys, welcome to my shop. This is Charlie's pile of sawdust. As you can see here, it's a little pile of something here. I've been working on a lot of projects. I got something in the mail today, very excited. What it is the VerySuperCool Tools fence for the table saw with the extrusion. And we're going to unbox it here and put it together and try it out for you. Give a little bit of a review. So stick around. Thanks. Okay, so here it is. I'm pretty excited because I've been waiting about a year probably to order this. Should have ordered it a long time ago. That fence is a little beat. So we'll open this up here. So this is nice. The extrusion here is all wrapped up, all very well protected in some heavy cardboard stock. That's nice that they definitely take care of the way they pack it. No complaints there. This extrusion is pretty heavy. That package was 13 pounds. And there you see the end view. And I'll probably tap one of those out so I can hang the whole rack up from the ceiling here. I got a place that I hang stuff up. And very nice, you know, it's going to be straight as an arrow. So let's crack into this other box here. So a nice little reference chart and some information on how to assemble it. And instructions, we don't need those. I'll look at those. Looks like the slider for the front and the window for the tape measure. I got some extra hardware for the extrusion, just in case I want to make some jigs or vertical fence that's extra tall for pending or something like that. Well, here it is. Again, very well wrapped up. Very cool. So we'll take a closer look and see how we can get this all set up and installed on the table. Next, set the cam tension. The cam tension is set using an Allen wrench to adjust the steel set screws that are here. That sets the tension. Now, my bar here is, I think it's too thin of a wall for really the job it's doing. I don't know if you can see, but it's got a bunch of extra holes in it. It really needs to be a thicker wall, and I probably will replace it if this does not do what we want to do here. I'm going to have to replace this rectangular extrusion here, the steel tube. So let's just try it out the way that it is here. an interesting design that it's going to slide very nicely, and the only thing I might have to do is set up these here for roll. Let me so let's set up this extrusion here. Now this is going to sit on here like this, roughly, and it goes off the end of the table. So I gotta put this in the right place down there. So let me get my appropriately sized Allen wrench here. Let me guess. Make my best guesstimate there. That I got on the first time. Looks like size of that. Oh, reasonably tiny. Just like a glove though. So I'll take this and slide this up into the extrusion. One-handed job here. Stuck in there already. Get an idea of where I want it to go, because I want it to pass by the end of the table, past the that's pretty good there. I will tighten that up. Not too tight, just snug. So we're going to call the cam tension OK. I'll check it once I get it back and set up. Attach the glide to the outfeed end. Attach the extrusion to the T-square. So we're going to have to loosen some of these ahead of time here. And I am going to, ouch, I'm going to try my best here to not drop one in the slot here. I'm going to have to pick that out. Put that back on here. I'm going to drop it down in here, line it up. Set it up. I'll set it up with just a little bit of tension here. Looks like maybe 1/8, maybe 5/30 seconds, something like that. That's going to go till it just snugs up a little bit. Just a little bit here. It's a little undersized, so I need one size bigger, so it looks like it's 5/64, 5/30 seconds. So now, I need to use a piece of 3/4 inch stock, and I do have some that I just ripped down. It's maple. Where did I put it? There's my maple hiding on the shelf there. So I believe I set this up, and since it's wood, it's probably changed size, but let me see if I can get a piece that I know I ripped down to fit perfectly. It doesn't fit. I'm going to have to run it through the planer just a little bit. I will have to give that a try because it is too big. So let me do that real quick. I'll be right back. So I planed down my 3/4 inch stock to just fit in there. No wiggle. And so I guess what I'm supposed to do here, set this in place. And I'm going to make sure that it's reasonably straight here. And I can tighten it down from underneath. I don't know if you've ever set a fence up to a slot like that, but that's pretty straightforward. We'll check it here in a minute. I've got a tool to check it. Let me tighten up these two in the front. Put it back on. Very carefully. It's pretty rigid, you know. I could move that out of the fence pretty well, but you know, when you try to cut something, you're not going to be pushing too hard there. You just want to make sure that it's not going to move. I might have to tighten it up just a little bit, but you know, I'll see where there's some spots that it might be more prone to move or not, because the back side of this fence here is all kind of dingled up with dents, but you know, that's not going anywhere. Let me show you how I'm going to check this now. I've got this little miter slot base for a caliper made by Magdro, and it's a very nice tool to have just to, you know, set the fence. If there's a precision change that you're going to have to make, you know, you need to move the fence a number of thousandths of an inch or thousandths of a millimeter or whatever your increment of measurement is there. And the nice thing is it just snaps in here. Let's loosen this up. We'll give it a try here. That's interesting. My Magdro misses the bottom side of it. So let's do the next best thing here. I'm going to make sure the top is clean, and I'm going to work off of my stock here. Let's just check the stock. Goes in the spot this way. Let's just see if it's reasonable. 753 down here. 753. So I mean, we can read down to 1,000th there. A couple of thousandths. You know, I'm not too worried, but we'll use that as the reference. We're gonna put that against the fence. We'll put this back into the slot base here, and we'll just move the fence in so it starts to move it, and we can zero it. So I'll zero it, retract my pin here, just see that it's repeatable. So it's 0, 0. And I'll slide this up here. I don't know if you can see it, but that's it says it's 3,000. Now I might come back and revisit this and just try to make it a little more precise with the blade, because it's running. It's 2,000. It's running toward the blade right now. The blade does run away from the slot. You know, when I set my table up, when I tighten the tabletop down, I did the same thing with the slot to the blade, and it does. I wanted the blade to run away from the fence just a little bit, just to help kind of prevent kickback here. So if I'm losing 2,000ths of that, you know, there's this 1.5 thou, so it's very negligible. I might try to measure it down here. This is 3, so we might be running there. Let me see this. There, so 1 should be about here, but then it shows, you know, it shows 0. So there might be some. That piece of wood is not exactly straight. So that says 2 in that direction. So if I go back here and I set this up, I have to re-zero it. Thou. I just push it against the fence there. 2,000, 2.5 thousandths. I don't know. I think that's pretty good. It'll suit me for what I'm doing, and it's still good for the amount that I have the blade out of square that I'm going to try to prevent kickback like that. But let's give it a try. So one thing I forgot to check, just obviously, is my squareness to the fence, and I do see that I need to come up here just a little bit. And this is a big problem I had with my fence before, is that my table is high here and low here. So I'm going to kind of have to just eye up and split the difference here by adjusting those sliders here. So I want to go I can't see any light there on that side, and I just have a feeling that the table, that's still pretty good. Primarily all my cutting is going to be on this side of the fence here. I could move this down, move it down to the wing here. The wing might be a little bit off too. Make sure this is all clean. But that's square, maybe a couple thousandths of gap there. But it's something you have to fight. My machine's an older production machine, and came out of a production shop, so it's been used. It's probably older than I am. When I looked up, it's a Unisaw, so a lot of them are older than I am. This one, I think I looked it up, and it's just about as old as I am. So I'll check it in a couple places. Check it down here at the far end, and I have quite a bit of difference. I think it's just wear. I think it's just something that I can get close enough. That other fence that I had was just too far off, and one side was out compared to the other, and this is very, very close. I'm not going to complain here. So very nice. So let's the tool out before I change anything else. The pointer. The pointer, because I set the pointer up for, yes, it will work. I have enough adjustment. So I will have to just play with the pointer and get it set up to the table. And it's very nice, and it's very well thought out here that he does have, you know, enough room on the slider here to bottom out on the adjustment screws before it gets into the nylon set screw for the adjustment. Very well thought out there. I think I can hear it dragging there. Not like I want to make saw marks on my brand new fence, but I want to get it close enough here. And through trial and error, I'll figure out if I need to move the pointer a little bit. So let's set this up. So I'm going to set this up. Let me find a piece of stock here of a little 1/2-inch plywood, and I'll just set it up for 3 inches here. I think that's, I don't want to lose too much here, so I will just, let me set it up for 3 3/4. Should do. 3 3/4 right there. Fence locked down. Set my blade height here. And go ahead and go get my push block. Now I can take the foot off. I do like the gripper from Micro Jig. It, you know, I started out brand new on the table saw. My father hates them. My dad's a radial arm saw guy, believe it or not. And I wanted to get something that just got my hand far enough away from the blade to where I wasn't going to get anywhere near the blade. And, you know, it offers a bunch of flexibility for setting up a bunch of different cuts. Using it on the router. Got my router table over there. But I'm going to have to plug the saw in, because of course it's unplugged right now. And we will fire it up. So there we go. I'll measure this. Right at 3 3/4. So pretty cool. So I thought I'd show you a little bit about this side here. A nice locking feel, and you know, doesn't move. So they're very, very rigid, very versatile. I can take. I ordered a bunch of extra hardware. Little feet and screws like this, and what I can do is I can set up stuff on the top here. If I want to set up a feather board, or you know, a guide of some sort. I can set up a vertical fence. He has a nice example of a vertical fence on his website. So very, very, very flexible. Nice custom extrusion that he has made for this, and just a very, very nice tool. I look forward to using it. Well, thank you for joining me here in my pile of sawdust. The VerySuperCool Tools fence system. I'm looking forward to enjoying this for many years to come. It's built very nicely, and if you're interested in checking them out, this isn't a paid review or anything. I bought this. Check them out, vsctools.com. It makes a very nice product, and they've got some more items there on their store. And go check them out. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.